Welcome and thank you for watching. Today we are going to talk about percentiles and we are going to discuss the difference between the exclusive and inclusive percentile functions in Excel. Percentiles are measures used in statistics that divide the data into 100 parts, so we have only 99 percentiles. The first percentile is the value below which at least 1% of the data are below and at most 99% of data are above that value. The second percentile is the value below which at least 2% of the data are below and at most 98% of data are above that value. Similarly, the nth percentile is the value below which at least n% of the data are below and at most 100 minus n% of data are above that value. In order to gain a better understanding of percentiles, we are going to discuss the following example. Here we have the 27 European countries, the 27 countries of European Union. And in the table on the right, we have their average annual income in euros. The first step to determine the percentile is to sort these countries by their average annual income in ascending order. And that's what we did, as we can see in the table on the right here. The second step is to calculate the percentile location, L. L is equal to percentile divided by 100 multiplied by n plus 1. The table contains 27 countries, so n is equal to 27. And we determine the location of the 60th percentile, that is equal to L 60th, that is equal to 60 divided by 100 multiplied by 28 and is equal to 16.80, and that means that the 60th percentile lies in the 80% of the distance between the 16th and the 70th observation after, of course, sorting the data in ascending order. So here in our table, the 60th percentile lies somewhere here between the 16th and the 70th observation, somewhere between Cyprus and Italy. And here are our calculations. The 60th percentile is equal to the 16th observation plus the 80% of the difference between the 70th and 16th observation, and this is equal to 18,882.80 euros. And here is a graphical presentation of our calculations. Now we are going to use the Excel functions to make these calculations through Excel. So the 60th percentile is equal, we type the equal sign, percentile exclusive, the first argument of the function is the range, that means the list of the data, and the second one is the percentile divided by 100, that is 0.60. And this is equal to the same result as we found before, 18,882.80. Here is the result as before. So, the percentile exclusive function in Excel is consistent with the logic and the math formulas we discussed above. As we've already said, it has two arguments. The first one is the range and the second one is the percentile divided by 100 and is denoted by k. Now, why do we name this function percentile exclusive? Its name is due to the exclusion of the values of 0 and 1 from k, from percentile divided by 100, because, as we have discussed, there is neither p0 nor p100. We have shown it here that the first percentile is p1 and the last one is p99. There is neither p0 nor p100. However, the 0 and 1 are not the lower and upper bound for k. As you can see, the lower boundary for k is 1 divided by n plus 1, and the upper boundary is 1 minus 1 divided by n plus 1. And this is normal because in the lower boundary, the location is equal to 1, and in the upper boundary, the location is equal to n, to the number of observations. And here on the right, we have an abstract from the Excel description that describes how the percentile exclusive function works. Let's check how the boundaries work through Excel. We type the function again. The first argument is the range, and the second one, let's place the lower boundary. And it is the first observation, here, Romania. The lower boundary is equal to 1 divided by 28. So here, if I put 1 divided by 29, it doesn't work, okay? And let's put as the second argument the upper boundary. Here is the last observation, that is the average annual income of Luxembourg. The upper boundary is equal to this value. If I put something higher here, like 0.97, it doesn't work. Now, what is the difference with the percentile inclusive function in Excel? This function includes both the P0 and the P100, so we have 101 percentiles, as you can see right here. The location of the percentile is given by this formula. And so for P equals to 0, we have the location equal to 1. So the first location belongs to percentile 0. And for percentile 100, the location is equal to n, so the last location belongs to percentile 100. The location of P60 is equal to 16.6 after applying this formula. And here is the table as before, and the percentile 60, the inclusive percentile 60 is again somewhere here between Cyprus and Italy. However, the location now is 16.6, not 16.8, as we calculated using the exclusive percentile, meaning that it lies in the 60% of the distance between the 16th and 17th observation, and it is estimated to be 18,557.60 euros. And here we have a graphical representation of this solution. And now let's apply this function in Excel. The first argument again is the range, and the second one is the percentile. $18,557.60, and this is equal to our estimation through the maths formula. Thank you very much for watching.